Basically, I didn't give up on finding dancers. I was in touch with some of them on MSN, and I asked one of the guys, his name's FK Moses, I asked him, do you know any dancers? And he used to be a dancer, it turns out. And he knew one girl, Cherry.
你好.
Hello. Hello.
你好.
This dancer.
Oh, what's your name?
Li Shanshan.
Li Shanshan, and you're Cherry.
So at that meeting, actually I was pretty surprised she brought another girl with her. They're both really beautiful, really cute, and so I was pretty impressed right away.
So have you guys danced like a lot of hip-hop shows in Beijing or other areas of China?
你们在北京的话，就是有很多演出经验吗？是总演出吗？
对。
Cool. So for my performance on June 6th, I'm gonna perform only 3 songs. So if there's some way we could,
就6月6号的他是表演35。
it's kind of close because now it's what, May 14th?
May 14th.
I don't have choreography made yet.
他还没有，就是他的歌曲还没有舞步，还没编好。
Yeah, my dancers in Canada had some choreography, but
我们可以帮他编。
yeah, right now I don't have much money, so
现在可能没有太多钱。
yeah. So whatever I get paid from club, then just everyone gets equal amount because I really want to form a team and make some strong relationship for my whole career.
And so we talked about cooperating together, and they were so cool. It was like they were exactly what I had been looking for, and I feel that we're always gonna be a group together.
我的中文 no 中文 is tongue is different 中文不太好哦很好 really good you have to say 我的中文很好我就是不说
Even though my 2 dancers, Cherry and Shanshan, don't speak a lot of English and my Chinese isn't great, we're still able to communicate enough for dance practice. Like they'll be like this power, so, or this power, or relax, just relax. So they know some basic. Oh, there we go. Yeah. My greatest obstacle in dancing is because I have a background with Kung Fu. I'm used to very specific movements, which are essentially like, you gotta keep your neck in tight to your body, you gotta keep your arms tight into your side, and it's quick, explosive movements, right? So this sort of stuff, whereas dance is very powerful but relaxed. It's more like Tai Chi in a way. And so sometimes I had difficulty, but they always helped me. Another issue I ran into is I wasn't able to make a lot of money at the beginning. So I decided I should teach English like every other foreigner does. But I really love kids, so I decided I'd love to work for a kindergarten. Teaching kindergarten was interesting. Some of them are really out of control, running all over the place, trying to grab toys and play, and I'm trying to teach them. I think it helps my live performance skill, because if I can hold the attention of 12 young kids who don't want to learn English and make them have a good time, turn that into they have a good time and they're excited about learning English, I have to really entertain them. I have to be an entertainer. My student made a card for this. It wasn't a project in class. He made it at home with his parents. It says, "Thank you and I love you, David." So that's pretty sweet. Picture of us on the front here, chilling in the playgrounds. I really like Super Class. That's my class. I named it Super Class. Actually, I feel like a huge responsibility at the school, considering I'm being paid a very large salary. The kids are depending on me. Their parents are depending on me. The school is depending on me. Like I always have to be 100%. I love my students so much. I would die for any of them in a second.
그 다음에 우리가 같이 춤을 추길 원하느냐 아니면 그냥 우리가 다시 뭐 뒤로 나가 있거나 뭐 밖으로 아예 빠져 있느냐 있길 원하느냐.
经朋友介绍 ，Jessie 认识了这个略懂中文的韩国女孩，并且邀请她在演唱会中与自己合唱。
然后DJ 韩俊，他会在那打碟。
以后。
没有跳舞的。
对 ，no dancer。
She is actually, her main discipline is dancing. She's a dancer, and she has taught famous Korean stars. She's a dance teacher for Lee Hyori, who's very famous. So actually, she's got a name for herself in the Korean music industry. But she's also a very talented singer, and she likes to sing.
내 생각에 먼저 오늘 우리가 온 거는 춤을 이렇게 보러 왔잖아. 보고 왔는데 그런 다음에
translation
뭐야
network setup. It's like Korean to Chinese to
동선을 먼저
Chinese to English.
back into
동선을
Chinese,
먼저
then to
보고
Korean.
우리가
It's
들어가야
like
될
this.
부분 안 들어가야 될 부분을 정해야
Everywhere I go, this translation networks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting because I found there was a fairly large Korean community here, and I have a lot of Korean friends in China.
But Beijing is a pretty international.
That's true. That's
city.
true.
So you're gonna have foreigners here everywhere you go. You think it's something a little different?
I find it very cool. I really like to bring different cultures together as much as possible. In Canada, I did some songs with a Punjabi East Indian group with some traditional East Indian drumming, and so I like to kind of take foreign culture and mix it together. So it's very cool working with people from different backgrounds.
我们先排练时间，然后等一下。
好吧
Okay.
听不懂 Go
6月6日，到达中国的1个月后 ，Jessie 终于迎来了自己的第一场演唱会。虽然规模不大，但是她仍然非常重视，并且为之精心准备，因为它代表着自己在中国音乐事业的起步。
I think playing live anywhere in terms of how you're feeling on stage is going to be the same. Audience reaction can be different, but so far it's been pretty much the same as in Canada. I feel the same energy, except that I think that as a performer I've improved. So I'm able to kind of draw the audience's energy a little bit more. And I feel more comfortable here because I know this is where I want to make my career.
入夜之后，陆续来听演唱会的观众越来越多，他们都对 Jessie 的音乐十分好奇，不少人问他索要签名和 CD。
It turned out good. There was about 100 people, which I felt was good for an event just featuring me. Overall, it went quite well. During the show, yeah, a lot of people who showed up didn't really know about me. So they ended up keeping in touch with me and becoming quite passionate about my music. Sometimes people ask me for my signature, but yeah, not everyone. I'm on the stage before I'm really nervous, and when I get on stage, the nervousness goes away and turns into energy. The goal with being live is to hold the attention of the people who are there as much as possible. So I've done about 50 live shows in my hip-hop career, and plus I've played live in rock bands and stuff. As a hip-hop performer, it's more difficult than in a rock band because though I have dancers and singers, you know, the focus is on me and I have to personally try and hold everyone's attention. So you have to look people in the eye, you have to really draw in their energy and put your own energy out there so they can feel your performance a lot. So that's what I try to do whenever I'm on stage.
从温哥华到北京，从一无所有到小有名气，历尽千辛万苦， Jessie 为之倾注全部心血的音乐梦想，正逐渐在中国成型。
I really want to experience all the wonders of China. I want to see, I want to hear, I want to feel the Chinese culture.
Well, I got a chance to travel around China with some of my friends, and I felt it would be a really good opportunity for me to learn about different Chinese culture, some new things that I'd never been exposed to, so that I can really think about what I went through, you know.
为了更加了解中国文化 ，Jessie 和来自不同国家的乐手们开始了一段音乐采风之旅。
Yeah, we're speaking French because this guy speaks French.
Yeah, just a little. This guy's from.
His grandmother is French actually. He's hiding it, but it's true.
他们此行的目的地是内蒙古呼和浩特。
We're dressed for like the coldest winter, but actually it's quite sunny right now. It's nice. Oh, this is different than Beijing, that's for sure. Very cool. Oh,
刚刚抵达一望无际的大草原，原生态的蒙古族民间音乐就给 Jessie 留下了深刻印象。
In Mongol, one of the main things was actually no instrument singing. They had a very interesting style of singing that was very cool and very interesting. So I'd possibly like to work with some singers from that region in the future.
we're gonna sleep in those 4 tents over there. It should be really fun.
You wanna take him home?
I'd raise a sheep family.
Yeah.
I'd do that.
This is for Jessie.
Jessie,
Actually, yeah, this is what you're gonna eat tonight.
it's for the breakfast.
Ooh, I like organ meat. I'm into organ meat.
Yeah, send this one to your girlfriend.
Yeah.
She's gonna fall in love with you again.
All over again.
All over again. You're a new man.
Most of the time I was pretty much wander in amazement and seeing this sort of scenery I'd never seen before. A lot of people say about me I'm like a little boy. And one thing about me, the way I'm like a child, is that I get really excited over, you know, like a little kid is like sees a new toy and is like, whoa, cool, you know, play with the toy, and so fascinated. I'm like that in life, you know. I'll see something like as simple as a mountain or some sort of small town in Mongol that whoa, cool, you know, just seeing the people go about their lives and see them with the cows and the animals, and this is something I haven't experienced, so I became deeply fascinated. So I think everywhere I went, I allowed this sort of impression to come over me, and I think that's really great, and that I'll be able to better understand China and to put that into what I'm doing here.
感染到草原游牧民族的奔放和自由 ，Jessie 和朋友们也开始了一段即兴的创作。